Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel again. In the recent uploaded videos we have covered the gothic fiction genre entirely, and now in these videos we are going to cover another literary genre that too emerged in the late 18th century, and that literary genre is Jacobin novel. Jacobin novelists were first recognized by a famous critic named Gary Kelly. In the book The English Jacobin Novels from 1780 to 1805, that is most important information, you have to remember this. Now it was published in 1976. In this book, Gary Kelly refers to novelists Mary Wollstonecraft, Thomas Holcroft, William Godwin, Mary Hay, Robert Page, and others. Actually, Jacobin novelists used the radical revolutionary political ideas related to the French Revolution. They put so much radical ideas in their novels and supported the French Revolution. Now the thing is, where from these term Jacobin came. There was a journal named Anti-Jacobin or Weekly Examiner, founded by Tory politician George Canning, and this journal was against the Jacobins. Means this journal used to talk against these Jacobin novelists for their extreme support for French Revolution. So from that journal name the term Jacobin arrives. Now let's talk about important Jacobin novelists: Thomas Holcroft, Elizabeth Inchbald, William Godwin, Mary Wollstonecraft, and Mary Hayes. These are the most important Jacobin novelists. Among these novelists, I am going to discuss two writers, William Godwin and Mary Wollstonecraft. So first, let's talk about William Godwin. William Godwin's first important work is Inquiry Concerning Political Justice and its influence on general virtue and happiness. So this is a long name. In this book, Godwin argues that people don't need the laws until they can act rationally. After that, Godwin's most famous novel is Caleb William, published in 1794. Now, Caleb William is divided into 3 volumes and is described by character Caleb William. This novel at that time criticized the English justice system, and so Godwin was forced to remove the original preface in its later editions, as its criticism against the government scared the publishers. The story of the novel moves around 2 characters, Caleb Williams and Falkland Ferdinand. Now, Caleb is actually an employee at Falkland's estate, where Caleb is in doubt about Falkland's past and is trying to find out the truth about his mysterious past. Caleb comes to know that Falkland, a noble man always helping the people, but his rival, whose name is Tyrrell, was very much jealous against him. Once, Tyrrell's niece was caught on a terrible fire and Falkland saved her, and she falls in love with him. But that enraged Tyrrell and he locked her in his estate. After some time, the girl dies of remorse, and in her funeral, Tyrrell insulted and physically attacked Falkland, and after this incident, one day, Tyrrell was found dead. Now, Falkland was accused for his murder, but he was released for his noble personality, and 2 innocent persons are hanged. After knowing this past, Caleb becomes more curious about Falkland's truth, and ultimately Falkland admits to him that he was the murderer of Tyrrell, and also told Caleb not to reveal his secret anyhow. But to make sure that Caleb don't reveal anything, Falkland falsely accused him of stealing money, but Caleb runs from there, but falls into another issue, and also continuously gets the threats and offers of money from Falkland to conceal his secret. At last, Caleb comes to court and reveals Falkland's truth, and ultimately both forgives each other and reconcile. But soon Falkland dies of shame and guilty, and Caleb leads a remorseful and hollow life, assuming himself the reason behind Falkland's death. So thus the story ends. Here the ending of the novel, however, edited later. Earlier the ending was different from the ending that we read today. And now we are coming to Godwin's another important work. Godwin was married to Mary Wollstonecraft, but soon after their marriage, while giving birth to their first child, she died. And in memory of his wife, Godwin wrote a book named Memoirs of the Author of a Vindication of the Rights of Women in 1798. So that was the end of Godwin's works. And after that we are coming to Mary Wollstonecraft. Her most important works are Thoughts on the Education of Daughters, published in 1787, Original Stories from Real Life, published in 1788, and Vindication of the Rights of Men, 1790, and Vindication of the Rights of Women in 1792. Here the Original Stories from Real Life falls under the category of child's literature. Now let's talk about Vindication of the Rights of Women. In this work, Mary Wollstonecraft mainly talks about men-women equality in terms of education. This book is divided into 13 chapters. Here, Mary Wollstonecraft proposes a national education system where girls and boys can equally get education. She thinks that women are most of the time expected to be busy improving their physical beauty and to be always a flower-like plaything for men. According to her, women should have proper education, cause without intellectual development, they can never be a good wife, good household manager, and a good companion for men. So, ending my video here. Hope my videos are helping you in your English literature journey. If it is doing so, then definitely subscribe to my channel and keep learning and keep growing.